Now that we're now back on schedule at 4:20 in the afternoon, and here is the final qualifying heat overall for round 4 of the Yami Series Benelux 2024. Let's take you through the grid for Mini Heat 3, A versus B. Priam Bruno and Noé Grignier on the front row, followed by Maxime Bobrishov and Suriname's Gennaro Hoft. Julien van der Kottelet and Thijs Richard round out row number 3. Alexandre Bois from Luxembourg, joined by Belgium's Didier de Dalle on row 4 with George Desmet and Sven Lindemann rounding out the top 10. Ludwig Granquist and Lorenz de Kock on row 6. Row 7, Ben McCloughy and Spain's Tony Cachafero. Ralph van Toornhout and Adriana Kumbo round out the next row. Ferry Hanitz might not be a starter in this one, obviously with the incident happening in the previous heat, which looks to be a loss of brakes. Nagi El Gahoudi is getting some love out from Mina, thanks to Yusuf Boussafa on YouTube. El Gahoudi starts 18th, ahead of Min Jae Kim and Levin Barbier. Cyril Grosjean, Antoine Boots, Liano Verreit, Guido Ebergheni, Wayne Severin. Then we've got Liam Buckley, Tom Grosjean, Aidan Vallejo Luque, and Rosalind Men Heineke. There we go. There's your grid. And we've got another 9 minutes plus an additional lap. And then we'll be down to the final 4 races of the weekend. So in total, Friday and Saturday, 35 races in total, 31 qualifying heats thereof. Today, we have had, well, this is going to be now race number 7. That puts us at 42. By the end of this weekend, 46 races will have run their course here at round 4 at the home of Champions Karting Genk. And then, of course, 2 months' time, we make our way back to where it all began earlier on this season. Back to Karting Dauphigne in Marienborg in the Covan region of Belgium, not too far off of the French border thereof, about 25 minutes away. So the main thing is, we'll see what happens. So yeah, 11th to the 13th of October, round 5, the final round where we will decide our 2024 champions. However, we have to concentrate on the here and now. Bruno and Grignier on the front row. Bobrishov, Hoft, Van der Kottelet, Richard, Point, de Dalle, Desmet, Lindemann. That is your top 10. The red lights are once again ignited on the starting gantry here at the home of champions. And then after this, we'll have a little bit of a respite before we get into the business end, or le money time of this weekend for good. Out of the final corner, revs rise, lights are on, lights are out first time, and we're underway. Priam Bruno leads the field into turns 1 and 2. Maxime Bobrishov and Julien van der Kottelet make it up to 2nd and 3rd. Oh, there's a bit of a big incident in the middle of the pack. Oh, and several cars spat out sideways, and several trying to rejoin, one of which I think was a Vulcan car. I think it might have, I'm not 100% who that was, but that person must have gotten a big fright coming through that turn 2, and then it all just went horribly wrong for several drivers, but the top 4 have broken away. Priam Bruno leading the way, followed by, looks to be Maxime Bobrishov, possibly. Noé Grignier looks to be down in 4th. There's Julien van der Kottelet up through past Bobrishov for P2 out of turn number 10, as Priam Bruno starts to stride away on the Paralin. Bobrishov returns the favour through at turn 12, and then here comes Noé Grignier, the 866 from Eurokarting, back up into 3rd place. So Bruno, Bobrishov, Grignier, van der Kottelet, Hoft, McCloughy up 7 spots in the first lap alone. Thijs Richard drops 1 place. Nagi El Gahoudi up 10 places, now runs 8th ahead of Ralph van Toornhout. And from Korea, Min Jae Kim up to 10th.
Ouais, il s'en est passé des choses dans ce premier tour avec Priam Bruno qui a pris les commandes, qui a conservé son avantage. Il devance à présent Noah Grignet, passé en deuxième position après un départ prudent, mais c'est très joliment bien géré de la part du leader du championnat. La troisième position désormais pour Maxime Bobrechov et Julian Van Cotterlet. Et quatrième, c'est le top 4 provisoire de cette manche qualificative mini. Ouais, et pendant ce temps, c'est Noah Grignet qui reprend les commandes de la course. C'est Priam Bruno qui a perdu beaucoup dans ce virage. Il se retrouve désormais quatrième. Noah Grignet qui reprend les commandes. Il veut faire comprendre, il veut faire savoir à ses adversaires qu'il n'est pas le leader du championnat pour rien. Il veut aussi montrer qu'il est bel et bien ici pour remporter la victoire, marquer le maximum de points. On l'a dit, s'il parvient à faire le week-end parfait sur le karting Genk, eh bien ce sera son troisième week-end sans faute et ça ferait de lui le favori, le grand favori du championnat pour la couronne, puisque Alex, pendant ce temps, dans l'accrochage du départ, je pense qu'un certain Lorenz de Kock a été impliqué. En tout cas, il est très très loin dans le classement à la 17e position.
Yeah, also Ludwig Granquist also was the. I wondered who it was. It was the 806 of Granquist that was the Falcon driver that got turned around in that incident. The youngster from Sweden. But here we have at the front end of the field, Noah Grignet versus Maxime Bobrechov. I've seen Maxime Bobrechov in action many a time. Never count that driver out. Of course, yes, not battling for the championship here, but is battling for the championship as we have got yellow flags out.
Full course yellow, Alex, full course yellow.
Oh,
Enfin,
okay.
procédure slow, pardon. C'est une dérive du sport automobile, ça, mais c'est procédure slow dans cette manche qualificative entre les groupes A et C. Que s'est-il passé? Alors, est-ce que sur le tracé, on a l'occasion de voir s'il y a eu un accrochage quelque part? Oui, au premier virage, on a un pilote là qui est sorti du kart. Et on a notamment on a un pilote qui est au sol. Et donc la procédure slow a été enclenchée. Donc ça veut dire qu'on va regrouper tout le monde en peloton. Ça veut dire que pour ceux qui avaient fait des écarts, tout restera à faire au moment où on relancera les hostilités. Pour l'instant, procédure slow. Et donc la course entre guillemets continue, on ne peut pas se dépasser, on roule à allure réduite, mais le temps continue de s'écouler dans cette manche qualificative entre les groupes A et B. On refait le point sur le classement. Noah Grignet en tête devant Maxime Bobrechov. Julian Van Cotterlet est troisième devant le poleman Priam Bruno. Ben McLaughlin est cinquième devant Jaimaro Hoft. Nagi El Gaoudi qui est remonté là, à la 7e place, 11 positions de gagné. Et parmi les autres candidats au top 10, on retrouve Thijs Richard en 8e position, Ralph Van Tornout 9e et Antoine Boots 10e. Dans l'aventure, on a perdu plusieurs pilotes, dont Adriana Combo et Georges De Smet. Ce sont les deux pilotes a priori impliqués dans l'accrochage du premier virage. Et parmi les autres informations importantes à vous mentionner, c'est que Lorenz de Kock n'est que 16e dans cette manche qualificative. Pas idéal pour le dauphin de Grignet au championnat. Et puis Ludwig Granquist qui avait fait je pense une très belle course tout à l'heure. C'était lui qui s'était imposé dans une des manches.
Provisionally won heat 2.
Ouais, c'est ça.
But got turned around in that opening incident in the first lap. So the Swede is now doing a Ronnie Peterson coming up through the field again. But the main point is that this is allowing Grandquist to have an opportunity to get at least into the top 15, maybe into the top 10. And it is, Adriana Kumbo and George Desmir that we have lost So we are down to 27 drivers. Ferry Harris did make it back onto the circuit, but would have been from the repair area. That's where Ferry Harris would have started, was due to start 17th on the inside of row number 9. But the field being very, very much backed up.
Alors une information importante pour rassurer tout le monde, Alex, le pilote qui était momentanément couché, regardez, il est en train de marcher, donc plus de peur que de mal pour ces pilotes, avec, on le rappelle, l'abandon de Georges de Smet et Adriana Combo pour cet incident. Mais visiblement, tout va bien pour les deux pilotes.
Also, penalty has just been given out to Ludwig Granquist anyway. 2 wheels outside the tram lines, 3-second time penalty post-race. So now the drivers have a minute and a half to go. And it looks like the yellow flags are being held stationary. So let's see. It could be we might go around for another lap and then they may let them go. But obviously, it depends on what happens now. This is under the race director's governance as to how the events will play out.
Oui, les drapeaux jaunes qui sont désormais fixes. Ça veut dire qu'on rentre dans le dernier tour de cette procédure slow. Il va rester vraiment seulement quelques instants dans cette course parce qu'à cette allure-là, on aura franchi la ligne d'arrivée au prochain tour lorsqu'il restera 0 secondes. Donc il restera un tour en principe.
Exactly, yes. In principle, we will go down to a lap. So our flag marshal on the start-finish line has put away his yellow flag and slowboard, which means we will have 1 lap. Now, this means that Noah Grenier will have to start proceedings. It's basically like a safety car restart. However, no driver can overtake until they go across the start-finish line. That is the important thing to remember. If you break formation, because it's a single-file restart, if you break formation, you will get a penalty, hands down. But the time is counting down. 10, 9, 8. It looks like we are going to more than likely, this could be the final lap of the race. So let's see what is decided. Timer has hit 0 at this point. The drivers now making their way through turn number 11 once again. So we are going to get a last lap of this race out of the final corner. Here we go. Green flag. We're underway for one more tour of this 1,360-metre circuit, and the train at the front end of the field being led by Noah Grenier. Maxime Bobrishov gets a little bit of a hip check. And up in towards turn 3 we go. Julien van der Kosselet now behind Noah Grenier, through into 5 for the final time. Look at the stream of carts, at least 12 to 15 of them. Nearly all in a row. Grenier holds on to the race lead. Van der Kosselet might have Bobrishov, well, does not have Bobrishov behind him, but it looks like Ben McCloughery's made his way up into 3rd place. The Irishman, who started down in 13th place, now up 10 positions, up towards turn 9 for the final time. McCloughery has lost out and is now down to 4th. Going to be more than likely Jamano Hoft, who's gotten through in towards turn 11. Noah Grenier holding on, and right behind him is going to be the 817 more than likely, or it could be Ben McCloughery, but Noah Grenier is going to provisionally pick up the win. McCloughery made it 2nd, Jamano Hoff 3rd, Julien van der Kosselet and Maxime Bobrishov ran at the top 5. Brian Bruno down to 6 at the end. Nagi El Gahoudi. There may be celebrations somewhere in the world because that young individual has just made it up 11 positions to finish in 7th place. There's Richard, Antoine Boots, Levin Barbier ran at the top 10. Ralph Antonin, Lorenz de Kock finishes exactly where he started, 12th place ahead of Cyril Grosjean. Aiden Valle-Luque from Spain, 14th from 28th on the grid. Liam Buckley, the Irish driver in the 810, made it up to 15th from 26th at the start. Alexandre Point down 9 spots to finish 16th. Ahead of Spain's Tony Cachafero in the 8.78. Wayne Severin from the 8.34 from the Netherlands finishes ahead of countryman 8.63 Zen Lindemann. The over 8 from Belgium, Mexico's Guido Ebergeni. Rosalind May Heineke rounds out the top 22. She made up 7 places from the back end of the field. Well done to Rosalind. So cheers for in the Netherlands and also in the United States of America. Ludwig Grandquist down to 23rd at the flag. Ferry Harritz, Tom Grosjean and Min Jae Kim round out the 26 drivers that made it to the checker. Didi Dadala did not make it to the end of the 8-lap race. Neither did George Nismé and Adriana Kumbo, who unfortunately retired on lap 3. Both walking under their own power, which is a very, very good sign to see. So Cugnier, McLaughlin, Hoft, Van der Kottelet and Bobrishov, your provisional top 5 in the final qualifying heat. Mini Heat 3A versus B for round 4 here at Genk.